What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls? What an odd place for a bird's nest. Well, anyway, it's a beautiful day today. We have had dry weather though for probably 3 weeks. The grass has gotten crunchy, but it has cooled off a little bit, and we're supposed to get some rain in the next few days.
It was a really pleasant day across Middle Tennessee, and we do have some much needed rain later this week.
But today has been kind of a test because we have had a known criminal who shot a police officer in Hendersonville yesterday.
Police say the truck he stole to make his getaway was found in Millersville.
In my neighborhood, not really on my street that I know of, but they shut down the Interstate 65. They had a trail of abandoned vehicles they had stolen in order to for the guy to get away, and they had dogs that they were trying to that they were using to try to track them down in the woods. So far, they think the guy's probably got a ride and has left the area, so that's good news. I've been kind of on edge all day, you know, sitting in the house, doors locked, not getting out and doing anything because, hey, I live in the woods and he's in the woods. So, but I think I can probably let my guard down about now. So, if it's just a stick, want you to pick it up. Come on, Earl. Never mind. So yeah, I broke out the old Pistolero today. I was ready for anything, but nothing happened. That's good. But it reminded me to do something, and that's to rotate my magazines. You got to keep these springs healthy. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, which kind of reminds me, though, of a funny story. I'm not a big weapons aficionado. Sure, I was in the Marine Corps for 20 years, and I was required to qualify with a rifle all 20 of those years. Now, for those of you who did not serve in the Marine Corps, I thought maybe you'd find this interesting. Yeah, the rifle range was an annual requirement, and we always went out there and shot anywhere from the 200-yard line to the 500-yard line. There would be an equal complement of Marines down in the pits where the targets are at, pulling those targets and marking them for us so we can keep our score. We would keep our own score while we were up on the firing line, and they would keep a score for us, and then they had to match when we got together later on. After we got done firing, we'd take the long walk from the 500-yard line all the way back down into the pits, and meanwhile, the ones that were in the pits are going to come out and they're going to shoot. They're going to do their firing. This is in the pits, pulling targets. It's a long day out there on the rifle range, and generally it is a week-long process. A day long each, always starting out before the sun rises. When I got up in ranks, I had to then be issued a pistol so I could carry it on my side. Never did, but that was a requirement you get up in ranks. So although the shooting a pistol is a much smaller weapon, obviously, and a obviously much smaller range, mastering the technique of firing it has some unique challenges compared to the rifle. So I got qualified to do a lot of things with the weapons while I was in the Marine Corps for 20 years. I actually had never owned a weapon besides this one that I bought 5 years ago. That was 5 years ago, was almost 20 years since I had held one. Here, I'm going to go ahead and do another magazine. That's the old one, this is the new one. Load them up. When I went to go buy this from a place called Guns and Leather in Hendersonville, Tennessee, I knew what I wanted. It's a military grade Beretta M9 9mm pistol, and they have a real nice downstairs range there. Well, by gosh, if I'm gonna buy a pistol, I need to go and fire the thing. Me and my assigned coach would go downstairs into the downstairs range. I proceed to pull out my bullets and my magazines, and I'm going to go load the magazines with the bullets. So my coach said,
Mr. Clover.
Yeah?
Stop.
Why?
It won't work that way.
What do you mean?
You're loading your bullets backwards.
Backwards. Okay. Okay. Another funny story that I probably can share with you is when I was in Okinawa and I had to go to the pistol range. Now, when I went to Okinawa, I promised my kids I would quit smoking. And so while I was there, I did up all that. And back then, in order to get the patch, you had to go and see a doctor and attend seminars and all these things. And they gave you a progression of, these are the things you'll do this week. So I was up on my beginning leg of quitting smoking, and I had donned my patches at the beginning of a week that I so happened to be going to the pistol range to qualify. And you have several days of pre-qualification where you get through triangulation fire and all this other stuff in order to get yourself familiar with the weapon and to get your nerves settled in. And the first day out there, each person that was on the range had an assigned coach. And as I'm firing this weapon, I'm not doing very well. Worse than I had the year prior. And the coach asked me, do I need any help? Like, well, I just need to settle down because I just quit smoking this week. And as I fired off a few more rounds, he tapped me on the shoulder and he says, Gunnery Sergeant Clover, would you consider smoking again just for this week? Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm not doing very good, am I? However, as the week progressed, we got to qualification day, and I went out there and I fired. I actually got my first expert badge, which was the highest badge you could get. So it all panned out. I had quit smoking then, and I got an expert badge with the pistol. Great. Well, there you have it. That's my short, sweet, and stupid pistol story. And all is well in the neighborhood today. So, ready to go. Yeah. Goodbye.